Federal prosecutors filed a lawsuit Wednesday accusing Bank of America of selling crummy loans to government-backed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. It's the latest in a year-long string of cases that have brought the government tens of billions in fines. Danielle Douglas wrote today's front-page story on this and joins us to try to explain what's going on. What can be more complicated than trying to explain banking regulation? But here goes.
Okay.
At the center of your story is this thing called the hustle. What is that, and what did it do, and why is the government upset about it?
So Countrywide in 2007 created this program, aptly named the Hustle.
And Countrywide, we remember,
Yes.
BOA ultimately bought, which is why.
Yes, Countrywide was eventually purchased by Bank of America as it was hemorrhaging money left, right, and center. This was in 2008. But before Bank of America purchased Countrywide, Countrywide, which is a huge mortgage lender at the time, initiated this program where they were incentivizing their loan officers to speed up the process of originating mortgages. The purpose of that was that once all those loans were made, they can sell it off to Fannie and Freddie at a profit. So the faster you make or hustle along the loans, the more money that the company would eventually make. But in doing so, they were, ignoring lots of defective loans.
And they weren't worried because they would just go push it on to the government.
Exactly. And the problem was there were people within Countrywide who were saying, hey, guys, these are problematic loans. I think we should pay attention to the fact that this may be an issue down the road. But Countrywide was saying, no, let's just keep it going.
Bad loans that people didn't care about because they weren't on the hook for them is the definition of the housing crisis. So why is this particularly a problem? It's because they were being sold to the government rather than being packaged into mortgage-backed securities or whatever. Is that the difference?
Well, the issue is that in Fannie Mae purchasing those loans, when all of those mortgages defaulted, it left them on the hook for $1 billion in losses, and there was all types of foreclosures. The idea that Countrywide knew, and according to this lawsuit, Bank of America continued the program of the Hustle once they purchased Countrywide, so that makes them liable for the actions of this program as well. They're essentially defrauding the government by knowing that these were problematic loans, selling them off to the government, and then leaving the government on the hook for all of this money.
Is this the main catharsis we're going to get? People always complain that there isn't a single CEO in jail, et cetera, et cetera. So is this the answer to that?
It depends on who you ask. I think a lot of people are still waiting to see some senior executive put in handcuffs for this behavior. But I get the sense that these settlements and these fines are the government's way of trying to prevent this kind of behavior from continuing on. Whether or not they're successful, only time will tell. Wall Street, as in any other industry, has a short memory. And if there is some financial and a product that is as lucrative as loans were at this time, perhaps they may engage in the same behavior, but the hope is that they won't.
Okay, we'll take hope. Danielle, thanks a lot.
Sure. Thanks for having me.